Hi everybody. Okay, this is gonna be my last video for a while because after this I'm gonna do other things. Okay. So I was gonna watch the YSL trial for the afternoon, but they're on break right now, so I'm gonna do a recap of the morning, and it's gonna be a short recap because honestly I didn't watch a lot because I was baffled, and I'll tell you why. Okay, so I turned on the court, and at first I didn't know if they were going to have court, but they did. And then the first witness that I saw, apparently they have some kind of agreement, and this happens every once in a while, where they'll have an agreement with a witness that they testify, but they don't show their face or anything. So you hear a woman's voice, but you don't see her at all. That's one thing. Another thing is, apparently, according to her age, she's just around 23. Okay. And what's baffling is she sounded like she had attitude already in her voice. Um, and it was just, I didn't understand why. I mean, if she's a witness for the prosecution, why would she have attitude? I didn't get it. Okay. Another baffling thing today is I told you guys a couple of days ago, or whenever it happened, that DA Love had been demoted from her position and Hilton had taken over. I told you guys that. Well, I saw and heard DA Love's voice, and then I saw her in court today. So I don't know why or how she got back in, but apparently she's back. And I just don't understand why. I don't know what happened between the days when she wasn't there as opposed to now, and I don't know why she's here again. So I'm just baffled. Um, and also, there were a couple days there where, this case, well, there are some people who say they think that this is going to be the most expensive mistrial ever. I don't know about that, but I do think it's going to be one of the longest cases in history because we're on day number 149 today. And somebody made a comment, I think it was a judge, who said, and we're not even halfway through the state's case in chief. So that means we could be here for, I don't know, maybe another 3 months from now. Now, I'm not saying it's going to be 3 months. It's totally a guesstimate. But if they're not even halfway through the witness list, then you take and and say that they have 100. I'm just trying to keep it where it's round numbers, okay? Say they have 100 witnesses. That means that they haven't even interviewed or had on the stand 50 witnesses, okay? Then you take into account that for the other witnesses they had them on the stand for 4 days at least, okay? So 50 times 4 is 200. We're talking 200 more days of this. That would make 349. That's almost a year. 15, 16 days away from a year for one trial. I mean, it's baffling. The whole thing is baffling. And it seems like a lot of the questions they have are very redundant, or they have redundant elements. And it's just like, why? What does this prove? Why are you putting this evidence in here? And I would say this to anybody, okay? Because I had some moments today in the Sarah Boone trial that were like, why are we talking about this? Just why? It makes no sense. So, what I'm saying is, what I say about this case is a thread that goes through every case. when it gets to the point of why are we talking about this or what does this show, I have the same opinion across the board. Mm. Also, I think it's important to mention that the two trials I'm talking about, one's in Florida, one's in Georgia. So it just goes to show. But I do believe that it has to do with the judge also. Not saying entirely, but how they run the courtroom. And the judge in Florida is like, want to move. Okay, get the witness on, get the evidence you want or the questions, and get them off. So, yeah. All right. Yeah, I think I covered it for YSL so far. Like I said, I might have to do a recap for both trials because I have to cover the people in the afternoon, and I might have to do it later because unless they come back and actually have some testimony, I might have to circle back on these. Okay, bye everybody.